Hello, hello, and welcome. I am Nana. Today, we are going to have such fun together. We are going to go on a nature adventure, or as my grandchildren used to say, an adventure. Yes, an adventure. Before we get started, I want to ask you, who is joining us today? Where are you from? Are you from very far away? We have some folks that visit us from the Isle of Man. That is just amazing. We've had folks from all over Europe and Australia, and of course, our beloved United States too. Are you from a city up north, or down south, or out west? Just let us know. We'd love to welcome you and say hello. Now, when we get through with our lesson today, I would like for you to share a photo in the comments so we can go, oh, look at this. This is the best one all day. All right. Now, you need a few little things to paint with me. First of all, don't get upset when I say paint, because this is paint. Yes, it is. It really is, even though it is chalk. This is dried paint. I could call it all kinds of things, but that's what it is. It's dried paint. And these wonderful people in a factory put the paint, dried paint, into a mold and squished it very tight and turned it into a stick of chalk that we can paint with. So that's why we say we're going to paint, okay? So let's look at what you really need to paint with us today. Okay, I have my chalks over here. Now there's different colors. There are colors for the tree that's in the picture and shading. These are the colors for the trees in the background of the picture. Nice dark purple, dark green, and this is a light green, which we're going to use in the dark forest and on the pond water. Now, we'll also be using a brown and a gold for our cattails. Some wonderful pond plants. So, I'll let you get your colors together, and because I never stop talking, I'm going to keep talking. All right, today I'm going to paint on construction paper. Now this is not a special pastel construction paper. This is plain, could be dollar store, or Walmart, or grocery store construction paper. Now look, it's in pink. There's a reason I picked pink, because we're going to show our pond in an early morning or a late afternoon. You know, when the sky is just kind of pink, okay? So that's why we have pink this afternoon. And we have wet or moist paper towels where you can wipe off chalky fingers and you won't smudge colors together. So let's get started. Now I'm going to take this nice dark brown, and way up here, just almost at the top of the page, I'm going to make the shoreline of our pond. Now if you can't draw a perfectly straight line, it's okay. What shoreline is straight anyway? There it is. There's the shoreline. And then down here, there's a little, what we call in the South, a little spit of an island right here. It looks kind of like a big rock. Well, it's not. This may be attached to the land over here off your picture. We don't know. So we just have to tell a story as we paint. All right, now we've got our shoreline. So let's put in a little bit of shore, which is, you know, some dirt. This is a terracotta color, as you can see. And I've turned my pastel on its side, and I'm not paying any attention to the shoreline. I am going over it. See, it's okay, because no shoreline is that straight. And I'm going to take my finger and just kind of smudge it a little bit so it looks just like misty and deep and dark. Okay, now I'm going to take my green and I'm going to put in some trees. All right, now these trees are going to look a little bit like a hula skirt. That's not hard, is it? There's a hula skirt here, and a smaller hula skirt on top of that, and a smaller one there. You'll remember this when you do Christmas trees in a couple of months. This is a Christmas tree. There are pine trees or spruce trees in this forest, okay? Now, you can catch up with me. I've done it. In fact, I was thinking this morning, I could probably paint this picture in my sleep because I've done it so many times. And I have a really nice pastel of this scene in my dining room at my house. And wow, does it have purple on it. I just really kind of went crazy with the purple. Okay. Now, this is what we call your painter finger, right there. I want you to take your painter finger and smudge your trees. Now this is going to be fun. Look at this. You're smudging the shape of the trees. It's okay. It's going to all work out. Don't worry about it. These trees are not the star of the show. The pond itself is. This is just background. So take your finger and make them misty. Make them nice and misty. Maybe there's a storm coming in and there's fog. All right, now we're going for our purple. And the purple is going to surround the trees in between. There we go. See? Just in between. Easy peasy. We're going to get this done, and then we're going to smooth it too. Remember, these trees are not the star of the show. Painter finger. It has green on it. It's okay. Watch this. You're going to just make them almost disappear. Because you don't want your eye to go up there to the top of the page. That's not where we want the viewer to look. We don't want you to look at it. Now, we've got to have a little bit of sky. Here is a wonderful aqua color. I'm going to turn it on its side. And just right up here at the very tip top, we're going to have a little bit of sky. Just lightly put it in. And I'm going to go ahead and smudge it too. Okay. We've been doing a lot of smudging here. But you'll see why in just a minute. Okay. Now let's go back to the shoreline again. We're going to make it to where maybe an otter or a wonderful shorebird can come along here. We're just kind of making it where it is not straight across. Okay. Now, let's get over here and work on our spit. No, mamas, we're not going to spit. This is what we call the spit. It's a tiny little part of an island, we said. We're telling a story. Now, we're going to put a tree here on the spit. And I'm going to show you how to do that. A tree has to have strong roots and a strong trunk. Okay? Now, if you ever have drawn a tree, you realize that they're holding their arms up to the sky. I always say they're in worship. Now you can make limbs however you like. We're going right over these trees here, okay? Now I think that's a pretty good tree. So let's give it some bit of yellow. We're just drawing round and round in circles, and it makes some beautiful leaves, right? And if you want it to look more fall-like, here is an orange. And you could put some orange in there. Look at this. If you get black in there, it's all right. You haven't made any mistakes whatsoever. There are no mistakes in pastels. I'll wait for a second while you catch up. Okay. Now, we're going to give this little spit of land some ground and a little bit of shade under the tree. Then we're going to take our terracotta, turn it on its side, and if you see, you've matched the dirt in the forest. Take your finger and smooth it in. Now, because we want everyone to look at this little spit of land, we're going to put some sunshine on it. You can even come out into the water, even though there's not water there yet. There's going to be. There we go. Now it's time to do the water. Let's start with our watercolor. Now, this is pond water. It's not going to be brilliant blue. There are all kinds of animals that live in this pond, and it's not scummy or anything. No, it's not scummy. It's just pond water. It doesn't look like the ocean. And I have my chalk on the side. We're going to go around the little spit of land. And up here, around here. Okay? Now, before you smooth it, we're going to put on another layer. Gotta make sure I've got the right color. This one. Of green. And just lightly, lightly use your dark green, and you will magically see the water appear. You can get in here, in between the limbs. And the water's a little bit deep here, right around the little spit land. All right. This is where pond comes to life. I'm going to use 2 fingers. 2 fingers. We have reflections. If you pick up some of the black, that's even better. You can make this water alive with fish and bugs and snakes and ducks, and turtles. I bet there's even turtles in here. Wow. Now, as you can see, I've left some pink. If you want to leave some pink, it's just fine, because this is going to be, what do you say? Do you want it to be early morning, or do you want it to be late afternoon? It's up to you. Okay? Now, we're going to put some more reflections in here. Here's the purple. Lightly, 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 lightly. That's all of the purple I'm going to do. And I think we've got some great pond water going. Now, we need to touch up this tree a little bit. I'm going to put some light yellow in the tree, because this is maybe fall or early spring. It's your story. You make it what you want it to be. Now we're going to put in some pond plants. That's most important to have a healthy pond. So this is what I want you to do. This is your brown. You see it's got little sharp edges here. You keep turning it. Pick out an edge that you like. Put your chalk down on the edge. So you're going to have to hold it and bring it down. That's a wonderful straight line. We're going to make cattails here on this side of the lake. Now make some tall and make some short. And you can even have some coming in from this side that are slanted, or this side. That one was kind of big, but there's no mistakes. We'll just turn it on its side, and here we go. All right. Now, the cattails have a little seed pod at the very end. It looks like an egg. Now you may not want to put a seed pod on every single one of these, but it's time for these things to spread these plants to spread their seeds around, so there'll be some more cattails. And we're not going to leave them looking like that. We're going to take our orange, and the light is coming this way, so we're going to put some light on this one side. There we go. Pick one side or the other. Don't fill in the whole seed pod with the orange. In fact, you can go back and make the seed pod really brown on that one side. Now, you have to just imagine this is the shoreline here. It's going to be a little bit of water. So look what Nana did. She's making water underneath here. Just kind of make them not straight down. It does look like water. And you can just play and play with it. You can put some color in there if you like. It's up to you, because you know what? You are the artist and the storyteller of this story of the pond. Now, we're just about through. So I'm going to go ahead and take this bright yellow, and I'm going to put some sunshine up here on the bank. Now, you don't have to put it in a straight line, just along the bank a little bit. And because this is a pond, here's some white. And we're going to make a few wonderful insects that are going to be flying around your pond. Now, you don't want to make your pond look like it has chicken pox. No, no, no. Just a few dots, and don't make them big circles, because these are tiny. You have to raise your voice. Tiny bugs, okay? That's it. Now, what do we do to finish up? Well, my goodness, we pick out our favorite color, which today will be our purple for me. And you sign your name down here in the cattails. That's an N for Nana. And then you take your painting, remember, it's a painting, and you flip it over and you name your painting. Always, always name your painting. You can put pond or nature and pond or cattail lake, whatever you prefer, and today's date. And then you flip it back over and you just admire your work and go and show it to your family, your friends, and hang it in a place of great importance, like your refrigerator door, or up in your room, or in your den, or living room, or kitchen, where everybody can see and admire it, because they will say, "That is lovely. You are an artist." Now, I have one more thing I would like to show you. We have just completed a nature study course, video course. I'm going to put the pond picture right there. And these are some of the wonderful pond animals and insects and fish that are in our course. This really strange looking monster turtle is a snapping turtle, and he is all lit up and ready to go. Here is a southern bullfrog, and he's on a lily pad. He looks happy. Now, this really is a pond creature. This is a dragonfly. Have you ever seen one up close? They really are this colorful and beautiful. Now, this fellow is called a water skimmer. Now, he looks like he's head down. So if you don't like him this way, you can turn him around this way. These are his legs, and there he is. This is the water he's touching, just barely touches. Okay? And here is a beaver that lives in the pond. And then we have a goose, a Canadian goose, and my all-time favorite, which is the rainbow trout. So please join us. We'd love to have you come and paint with us at our very newest course.
Thank you for joining us today, and now we invite you to head over to our Journey Westwards Facebook page, and Cindy West is going to be there and sharing some pond plants with you in a nature study time. Thank you for joining us. We can't wait to see your photos.